I'm ready to sign them papers. Gervonta Davis might get sued by Lamont Roach. Wow. Lamont Roach said an arbitration could be coming Gervonta Davis's way for not fighting him and electing to fight Jake Paul. In this video, I will break down everything you need to know. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. First, the Fat Boys breakup. Now, every day I wake up, Roachy got something to say. Now, Lamont Roach did a brand new interview, and he's basically threatening to sue Gervonta Davis for not fighting him next and leaving him in the cut to fend for himself while he fights Jake Paul for a bag. Without further ado, roll the clip. I want you to hear it first.
Him breaching the contract is, if y'all put yourself in my shoes, you gotta think, I'm looking forward to fighting and getting paid. I'm looking forward to fighting and winning so I could be two-time world champ. Me. I'm in training for a fight to be a champion in another weight class and for me to be crowned champion twice in my career. And this just goes and then end up announcing another fight. Put yourself in my shoes. Not gonna happen like that. So if it's not taken care of, yeah, you want arbitration.
I want y'all to hear that. If it's not taken care of, you going
him breach fight. Put yourself in my shoes. Not gonna happen like that. So if it's not taken care of, yeah, you want arbitration.
Womp, womp, womp. Now, the game is looking pathetic, bro. We are now in the era of lawsuits. First, I really feel like Devin the Lawsuit Haney was kind of like one of the first ones to publicly have this lawsuit. Now, I guess the floodgates are open, and now everybody's looking to, if we can't get our way, sue. Now, I'm a reasonable person. There are times where a lawsuit is needed or arbitration. Arbitration, similar to a lawsuit, is private instead of like a public, and there's a couple differences. Arbitration, the two parties like kind of have a mediator and agree to whatever, and a lawsuit is kind of public and the judge or whatever court decides. But the game is looking suspect, bro. Lamont Roach is obsessed with Tank Davis, right? Obsessed. You're still talking about this fight, bro. Just think about that. They already did a press conference for Jake Paul and Tank. It's done, bro. Like, and here's the thing. I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but I really feel if Tank didn't have grounds to move on without you, I highly doubt that Netflix, Jake Paul, MVP promotion, TGB promotion, PBC, and the whole shebang that's putting on the exhibition with Jake Paul and Tank, I highly doubt that they would move on if they didn't have grounds to, or if they felt that this, like Lamont Roach held so much power where it could mess up their event. So I don't know what he's talking about, because we'll see, we'll wait and see. But I highly doubt that Netflix would jump into the fold with this particular fight with Jake Paul if one person wasn't in the clear. So that leads me to believe that Tank Davis is in the clear to be able to fight. The other thing that I didn't understand from Lamont Roach, what he was saying, was he was like, breach of contract. What are you talking about, bro? I know what breach of contract is, but breach of what contract? Like, when Lamont Roach, when Tank had, like, he had like a run-in with the law or arrest or whatever, and then Lamont Roach was making fun of him. Lamont Roach was like, aha, and then blah, blah, blah. And he was like, nah, our rematch is still should be good, but I don't know. I don't know. The rematch is not looking good. He was kind of bouncing all over the place. So what are you talking about breach of contract when you sound uncertain at points before the Jake Paul announcement if your rematch with Tank was going to happen? So what contract did he breach? And then now you're trying to make it look like pain and suffering, like I was deep in the camp. But you were literally making fun of him when he got arrested and putting juice gifts with Tupac, this ninja scared, and all that type of stuff on social media. And you sounded very unsure if the fight was going to happen, if the rematch was going to happen. You were talking a lot. So now you're saying breach of contract as if you had a contract that you can hold Tank to, but you're like, I haven't heard. He literally was saying, I haven't heard from anybody, so I'm not sure if the rematch will happen. So I don't know legally what he's talking about having. But anyway, move on, bro. Move on. You're like dedicating your whole life to Tank. Now, the other thing that makes no sense is yesterday, Lamont Roach, he put this. Pitbull Cruz got me a bigger bag than that. It's the F word. I'm not going to say it because it's a slur. At Ninja fighting Jake in November. So you posted this and deleted it. You said you called Tank F, right? At Ninja. It said Pitbull got you a bigger bag, but then you're on podcast crying that the Tank fight's not happening, breach of contract. Shouldn't you be happy? Nobody knew who you really were until Tank, and then now you're fighting Pitbull Cruz, it looks like, and you're saying you got a bigger bag. So what's the point of an arbitration or a lawsuit? This man is all over the place. And, you know, some people that hate Tank, they're going to be like, man, no, he's right. Not really, bro, because Tank don't owe you nothing. He didn't even have to pick you. It was like kind of a stay busy fight. If I don't blame Tank one bit, put it that way. If I can make 50 plus million fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition, I think it's a 10 or 12 rounder, 3-minute rounds, or fight Lamont Roach, the choice is obvious. Jake Paul, you don't know what his next move is or what he decides. So if that's on the table and you like the fight, then I would take it. Lamont Roach is like kind of expendable. And the thing is, there still is a pathway for them to link up in the future. Fight Pitbull Cruz, try to beat him. That's somebody that Tank fought and beat. So you beat him, and it's for a title. You're saying you got a bigger bag. What's the problem? You know what I mean? You seem obsessed with Tank and mad. And I don't care what nobody says, including Lamont Roach. There's no way if you could make 50 to 100 mil plus to fight on Netflix in an exhibition. Look at how thirsty Lamont Roach looks in general. And that's what I said. You can always tell who's been here before. He's not used to this type of limelight because it's like all new to him. He finally got some people on his side. Tank took a knee and Tank haters, and now he thinks he's, you know what I mean, the man in charge. So you can't tell me somebody who acts thirsty like this is turning down $50 to $100 million bag from Netflix. You seem like he was like, man, put yourself in my shoes. What would you do if you were me? And that was a bag for me. You know what I mean? So you can't tell me if he's talking like that he turning down that type of money to fight a Jake Paul or a YouTuber. Let me know what you think. Subscribe for more boxing.